Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? It's Friday night party night here. Woo, we fixing to have us a party, including fireworks.
Fireworks? Where?
In the sky, Mama.
No.
There's going to be rumbling and rolling and lightning.
Oh, nature's fireworks.
We getting some storms. We hope we can get this off the stove. I peeled some potatoes, got them on. We already had the gravy made, so I'll have to just reheat it. And we're having open face roast beef, and we're flat out of light bread. We've got wheat. Mama said, you want wheat? I said, I'd rather have them canes or Hawaiian rolls. So that's what we're going to have our roast beef open face on. I've done open face with hamburger buns. It's very good. So all that's tasty. Mama said she rang the dinner bell a while ago and she said it'll be ready in just a few minutes.
Can you open that, please?
I guess I'm mashing taters.
I guess you could. As soon as they get soft enough.
This church key, I found it back in a drawer, but I bought this for Mama. She had one very similar to this. It was plastic, and maybe it was even Tupperware, I don't know. But these with the handles on is her favorite because they have leverage. So I found this stainless steel one, and I got it for her, and you like it pretty good, don't you, Mama?
Yeah.
But that brown plastic one we had my whole childhood, and we was doing a catering job, and we had somebody helping us, and they broke it. Mama gave me a look across that kitchen. I knew I was in trouble. Why'd you bring my good? But we was just, we always brought our own stuff to do stuff with. So there we was, what we, Mama?
They too hard?
There we was, what we, Mama?
Yeah.
And that girl broke your...
I about cried.
She about cried, Mama did. But we broke stuff, and that's what it's good for, is to use. We've still got the pieces of it here. Mama always figured they may come out with some super duper plastic glue.
Yeah, I would be tickled to death if that happened.
But I've looked through stores, I've looked online, I've tried to find on Marketplace. It was like this at the top, only it had a hook that come down here. I don't know what that was for.
Brown,
and it was brown tiger's eye looking, and it came down to a narrow point, and it was a little bit bigger. I think it's here somewhere. But this is the best I could come up with, was a commercial one to replace it with. So I guess I'm lucky. Just lucky I found something. I got the evil eye for a while every time she used it. And she'd say, got my good one broke. I guess she thought that plastic was going to last forever, didn't you, Mama?
Yeah, I was hoping it would. Anyway.
What have you put in these, Mama?
I ain't put nothing. Butter.
Butter.
I didn't even put salt unless you did. I didn't put them on.
Oh, well, we won't do no salt. We'll just do a little black pepper right here off the table.
Does it need more butter?
No, I think you did good.
That was all that was in that one pack.
We're trying to do no leftovers, so we did 2 potatoes tonight. One big, like a bacon potato, and one good average sized potato, I would call it. Now I ain't gonna put much cream because these are pretty,
I left some water in them so you wouldn't have to.
they're pretty loose. I've been looking forward to this ever since she told me that's what was happening. But we had that roast, what day was that?
Sunday.
Ooh, this is leftovers. And so this is mashed potatoes, roast, some peanut green beans, and gravy. Gravy. We had some visitors come by this afternoon. Maybe they're watching. I guess it's extended family, wasn't it, Mama?
Yeah, they're cousins down the line.
And
I don't know how far, but they're not close kin, but they are. Some,
we family around here for the most part.
Yeah.
And they were delight. Wonderful children.
Yeah.
And then our friends and family too came and brought
Yeah.
them. So we've had visitors, and we like visitors. We like to get together, don't we, Mama?
Oh yeah. The
So we
kids
hope
was
they're camping and they're with their grandparents. So hope you guys are having fun. Mama, we
Are Are they with their grandparents or their parents?
I think they're grandparents. And parents both. It's the whole family. Where, oh where? Let me see if I can find spoons. What I'm looking for.
Oh, I'll get you.
No, I got one. I got one.
What was his name?
I can't remember the little girl's name. I remember his.
Gina?
What's her name? Gina?
Oh,
Mama.
I'm world's worst.
I'm bad, but I do remember his because his name's Jabez.
Jabez.
I mean, we've got Jabez prayer.
And they were so sweet and nice.
Sweet children.
And very polite. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Mama loves her children. All right. Those are done. The gravy's done. All's well.
I just splashed water in
I
my
wish I
face
could
and my
have
hair.
seen it. Phew, I miss everything.
Oh, my glasses.
I miss all the fun stuff.
If you'd looked up, you'd have seen water.
I was trying to get supper on the table. You're in the wrong place. Come over here. I'm not going to start bragging too soon, but I'm going to tell you this. It looks like everything. I've got the number up there. I've got comments rolling in.
When I left the cabinet open, you know how bad I hate that.
We do sort of like that, Linda. We just leave a little bit of that in there. She says she saved some of the juice. I said we just
I
leave it in.
did save a little in there.
Yeah. Happy Friday, John Mom. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope y'all are planning a good weekend. Sometimes you get a good weekend just because you plan it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, normally you take 2 pieces of bread, you cut it on the angle, and you lay it on your plate, and it's so pretty. But tonight,
Not pretty.
tonight we're just eating. So I'm going to show you. This is just a Hawaiian roll. We spread it out. This is our little bit of roast that was left. And I'm just going to put a little dab on these buns.
Just a little.
These can be slider open faces.
Well, that could be it. That's a new saying. They look almost like my green beans over here.
Yeah, I thought about that
I've
too.
cut them.
I thought
I've
about
cut
that
it
too.
about green bean size.
And then our gruyere, no, mashed potatoes next.
Yeah. Watch your sleeve. You're going to get it.
So you put your big old dob of mashed potatoes on here.
Ooh, that's my favorite.
Ain't that good looking,
Yeah.
Mama? And then here comes the gruyere.
Oh, boy.
Ain't that delicious looking?
And that's homemade gravy just off the meat. No
Yeah.
package, no nothing like that.
No, and it's delicious.
Yeah,
And there's your slider open face.
that's right.
And you can't beat that with a stick. Let's get some of these peanut beans. These are peanut beans, meaning it's a bush bean. It's a,
That's enough for me.
you know it's green.
Yeah. You're bound and determined, and you did.
Well, no, Mama, that gravy and mashed potatoes was on there from another time.
Oh, they wasn't done.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal. We thank you for these precious hands that prepared it. We thank you, Lord, we're able to sit here together and take it. And Lord, we just pray for everybody in this world. Pray for all the needs and the spoken requests and unspoken requests we have here tonight. Watch over us and be with every one of us. Put a hedge of protection around us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Yeah.
Now that looks pretty good now.
Yeah, it is good on there.
And it's not as much bread. So we're sliderish. So we've got less bread.
You all sweet.
And y'all sweet too. Decaf, because it's late.
Oh, yeah.
They're bringing out, probably in June, decaf peach. And I do look forward to that because I can eat my supper with peach tea. Normally, but this time of night, I've switched over to decaf, except for a little drink of coffee, and I don't think that caffeine hurts me anymore.
I think caffeine's caffeine, whether it's in coffee or tea, honey. I believe it's
Well,
all-
Mama, I don't know the
why.
science, but I know if I drink a Coca-Cola for supper, I'm up later.
Well,
and I can't sleep.
Coca-Cola is probably got more like caffeine. But
And if I drink
tea and
tea,
coffee,
if I drink tea with caffeine, I'm awake. I can drink my coffee and sit on the nightstand and go back to sleep.
you're immune to it. You drink it so much, it don't know the difference.
I know it doesn't sound logical, but Now, granted, I'm not drinking 2 or 3 cups this evening. Just 1 cup for supper.
Well, I like it on that Hawaiian roll. I like the flavor of that Hawaiian roll. Under
We usually just do 1 piece of bread anyway, but the slider, it really makes it better. Who was it sent me this cup after I got out of bed every day?
You got excited when you got it.
It's
I
my
noticed
favorite color. It's got all kinds of goodies about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all quit making coffee on me. And I've got a little bit left, but what do y'all recommend I switch to first? Any suggestions? Maxwell House is what I used to drink a lot of, but Folgers too. I buy whichever was on sale. 8 o'clock.
You ain't had 8 o'clock, and well, you ain't had none of them in a long time.
Dunkin'. That was always a go-to. And Black Rifle. I used to get the beans in and grind them myself. Mama may have to get the old coffee station warmed back up.
Oh,
I don't have to start grinding the beans. This homemade gravy is delicious.
Mm.
I'm like you, I think this may be our new thing. Instead of light bread.
I really like the roll under it.
And it's less bread.
I don't know about less. It's a little thicker.
Well, it's less than a piece of light bread. Ain't it?
I don't know.
They're kind of, these rolls are kind of like little Debbie cakes. They're about the size of a quarter. Have y'all bought little Debbie cakes lately? Little Debbie, since you don't sponsor us, I'm just gonna. We bought some oatmeal cream pies. You know, tell Mom about them. They're not even bigger than little mini moon pies. They're small.
Very small.
I even asked her, I said, is this some kind of new little Debbie cream pie?
Still, it tastes good the same.
They're not the same because they're not as big.
No, they're not as big.
Sharon says Folgers is the best. Okay, Sharon, narrow that down for me. Folgers, but then there's Breakfast Blend, there's Silk,
There's classic roast, is there?
Yeah, so what do you like best out of the brands? I used to buy Walmart 100% Colombian for a long time. But I'll drink a different ones. But when I tell y'all the only coffee I've had has been y'all since they sent it, I'm telling you the truth.
You'll have to get used to that. Give me a little more gravy. Seems like I'm drying out.
You hear her accuse me? I heard it in her voice. You didn't give me enough gravy.
You know I like plenty of gravy on stuff, like soups and everything. Well, thank you. That's good.
Would you like more, Madame?
No, that's good right now. I may after I ate this up.
I think what happened to you happened to me. Look, it's dried up.
Yeah.
That comes in seconds, Mama.
That's like syrup on pancakes.
Yeah, it dries up.
Soaks it up and you think, I got no syrup.
I hadn't even thought about this, and when you said that's what was happening, I started craving it.
Oh, it's hitting the spot.
It's hit to its response. It's good and good for you. And I'm saying these green beans only got better.
I was thinking the same thing.
But I love me some peanut beans. They're a bush bean. They're not a red half runner that some places will tell you.
Pink half runners, red half runners.
They're not those. These are different. Now the Tractor Supply or Co-op may tell you, they're not lying to you. A lot of people call those that, but these are not, because these are
Bush beans.
in its heritage collection, and the beans have not been altered. That's the reason they're kind of hard to deal with, and they're little and naughty, but boy, the taste comes through.
This is what was raised on. This is what Mommy fixed planted.
Uh-huh.
I fertilized my beans today. I thought it was
That
from
was
a
yesterday.
storm. No, it's this today about, I don't know what time it was.
Can we talk about today?
I am talking about today.
Mm-hmm. But can we talk about today?
What?
Do y'all know what today's date is? 16th. That means we're over halfway through this month. Do you know kids got out of school yesterday here
No, they didn't, did they?
in the area? I don't know about proper Jellicoe, but I worked with a lady, her kid last day was yesterday. Do you know June is the next month, and it's the 6th month, and it's the halfway mark of the whole year? People, this year, how did we get to the middle of it already? I'm serious. It just can't be halfway gone. And then we're going to be going into 27 in a minute. You're going to be talking about Christmas. You're just going to be talking about Christmas in 2 months. Didn't we just shove into our Christmas trees and take them down?
We're slower than most people.
I mean, didn't we? I don't know where time's going.
The rate I'm going to doing stuff, I better start doing my Christmas right now. I just now got my Easter
Don't
bunnies
give her any ideas.
stored in the basement today.
But your Easter bunnies are springy.
Oh, they're so pretty.
There's only one of them that's holding an Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of them are just spring.
They're so pretty.
Miss Pam gave them to us.
Beautiful.
Hi, how are you doing today? We're doing great, Heather. Good evening, Mama.
Good evening.
What do you use to fertilize your raised beds?
I just had fertilized 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, I think.
10, 10, 10.
3. Like around 10, 10, 10.
10, 10, 10. It's the potash and something else. We got it at the Tractor Supply.
No, I think I got that bag at Bucks. It was left from last year, what I've used. I've got to get some for this year. It was just a little bit in that one.
She also uses Miracle Grow.
Miracle Grow, I do put that.
We put Miracle Grow soil, and then we add Miracle Grow all along through the year. We do the same for our flowers.
And used to, whatever my husband put on the cornfield, I used in the garden because he bought it by the tons. To a ton, and
It was just one number different.
it was 12, 20, 24, 24,
Well,
21, 21, whatever it was.
something.
A lot of people use 666 or 612.6. It's just corn. If you know what your soil is, I don't know what mine is now. The raised bed.
It should be pretty good because we started them out with, you only put Miracle Grow potting soil in all of them.
But then I use Miracle Grow alone. And then I usually fertilize them one time good with the fertilizer.
So that's all we do.
I hope these do good this year.
You have to be careful sometimes with the raised bed because it will accumulate and it don't leach out as much. But if your flowers are doing good, plants are doing good, you're probably on the right track.
Well, you drilled holes in these troughs so that the water will seep down.
But the raised bed's not like the ground. It don't.
Now my bed down in the yard, down in the garden spot, it is dirt from the ground and it's not got any bottom to it. It's just
It's just raised up with the wood beams around it, but we're not using
It's
it.
just like in the drink.
We're not using it this year, right?
I may have him to plant it so I can plant beans and tomatoes down there. Cause I ain't gonna have much room left for tomatoes if I get any.
You better have him plow it again.
I'm going to.
All the rain's got it hard packed again.
Very hard. I went yesterday and tried to hoe it some, see how, and it's hard. You can't.
That's the reason I wish you'd just switch your raised beds, and we'll get tomato plants, put them in some containers, and put them in the ground out here. You'll still have
Tomatoes.
I hear the fireworks are starting.
Yeah. Kind of rumbling and roaring.
Y'all be safe if you're in the middle of this.
Kentucky's been getting some bad storms,
Sorry,
or we've been
Fred.
getting warnings from there.
Hey, friend from Alabama. Hello, John and Mama. Hey, Pam. Good evening, John and Mama from Iowa. We're really having high winds. I've heard that. This is supposed to be 70-mile-an-hour winds in some cases.
Ooh.
Tornadoes and hail size of a quarter to, did he say a quarter to an egg size?
Oh, I don't know about
Cause
that.
damage.
I heard him say the quarter.
Bacon, low and slow bacon. You're talking about, Nola's talking about how to fix the green beans. Yeah, these were canned, so they were already cooked, so we put them in a kettle. And we put, like Nola said, a little bacon up, or bacon grease if we've saved enough. And a little pat of butter, not a tablespoon, but a pat, a little, like you put on a piece of toast. And that just sort of brings it all together, makes it delicious.
And a little salt. Not much now.
Not much now, but used to it was more.
I used to have them salted.
Thank you, Lori. We love having you. Prayers for everyone in the path of the soul. Yes, Pam. We've had so many prayer requests here lately for people with cancer and other situations. Just remember them all in prayer. Mama, you've moved over.
No, I don't think I have.
Well, I got it as far as it'll go, and I can't get you in there.
I remember our good friend Jack, he's having some problems. Please lift him up in prayer.
I still remember Jack. Remember others. So many local folks here. Our neighbor, I won't mention her name because I don't know who all knows, but my neighbor, my whole childhood, through adulthood, they moved off, but she's having some problems. Let's remember her and her family. Who else, Mom?
No, there's so many. Rhonda.
Yeah.
The man that got burnt.
We had a neighbor get burnt pretty bad in a house fire. Not the next door neighbor, but just the holler over. We live in hollers here in the East Tennessee area. If you don't know what a holler is it's the valley between two mountains, and there's usually a road that goes up the holler. People live on each side, and you have little neighborhoods everywhere like that. And we don't live in a holler here.
We live in this big valley, though.
We live in the valley, and the mountains are around us. But his house burnt, and he was in it. And I don't know the situation, but he got a lot of burns. We've been just praying for him. Bad times sometimes. Be thankful. Let's be thankful for what we have. Thank God that we can get up, walk, and talk, and move. And
That should be your first prayer every morning. Thank you, Lord, for letting us get up.
I try to say that prayer before I even get up. I try to pray before my feet hit the floor, because once you get up and the devil knows you're up, he's gonna come jump on you for something.
Oh, yeah. And our friend Lula Fudge, she's not feeling well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many, I can't name them all.
Yeah, the Lord knows who they are.
Yeah, Lord knows.
And then we're talking to y'all, and there's many of y'all out there, and we're praying for you too.
Oh, yeah.
You pray for us and we'll pray for you and we'll all get through.
Yeah,
I'd love to see the stormy skies one day. If it's safe, we don't get storms here at all. Really, Sarah? Where you at?
Yeah, they will.
Sarah Goodman. Sarah, I would show you right now, but really we don't have them yet. West, just that way. And what I'm hearing is thunder, rumbling. It's low, so you know it's several miles away. But the skies will get dark, and it's kind of just floats across the sky with those dark clouds, and then you start hearing more thunder. And then here, a lot of times we get this amazing rainstorms where you'll hear it if you're out on the back porch, and it sounds like a drum just starting to rev up, and you'll hear drops like that. And then in a minute, it sounds like somebody throwed a bucket of dishwater out on you, and it just comes straight down.
Oh, yeah.
Hard rains, and that's kind of our pattern most of the time at home.
Yeah.
I've been out in the yard playing many times. I used to play at the barn all the time. You know, most kids do. And I would hear it hit that tin roof, and I'd hear, and I'd take off running, and I'd get pelted with that big old raindrop. And one raindrop about drowned you. And run as fast as you can and get just on side the porch when the big rain hit. And you was like, whew, I made it. Have you ever been hit with a raindrop that wets your whole face? Those were the big ones. I mean, it's just like somebody throwing this cup of water. Oh, and they're big and come on.
Yeah.
Men in the garden, many times Mama will say, here it comes. And you got to run.
And we get storms sometimes through here. Like I say, we're in the valley. We've got a mountain on this side of us and a mountain over here. And
you can literally...
You can sit here in the porch or get out in the yard because we don't get the rain. But we can actually hear the rain.
See it.
See it and hear it on that mountain or this mountain, either one.
And you'll say, it's marching around that mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll just kind of go right around the mountain.
And you can see it and hear it good.
And my aunt lives on that mountain, in that valley. And she'll talk to us, she said, boy, I bet it rained 2 inches over here. And Mom said, we didn't get a drop. And we live less than 3 miles from each other. That's a true story.
The way the crow flies, probably a mile high.
I get tickled. We'll be at church sometimes, the kids will come running. And one of them will say, it's white on Wardridge Mountain. That means they know.
We're going to get it if it comes on.
It's coming quick. In time it's white on Wardridge Mountain, meaning you can't see the mountain no more. We're fixing to get a big rain. We'll do an evening of storms, Sarah, if there's ever a good time. Oh, thank you, Linda. We love having you here. It was hot here in Georgia. Oh, it was humid. It's 79 right now. And that's a good sign we're getting a storm. When it's 7:30, 6:37, it's still 80 degrees, you're probably going to get a storm in the air. And you look outside right now, and literally there's not a leaf moving. And if you go outside right now, the cicadas, can y'all hear the cicadas?
They're bad.
They're loud, and they're right here, and they're... Can you hear them? I don't know if you can or not.
I probably can't hear them on the
It
phone.
sounds like a fan or something waving, and it'll make a loud noise. Then
this morning, they're so loud out front here, you couldn't hardly...
They're loud. And, but normally, now, if you went out there with a bird, you don't hear nothing. It's quiet. It's the calm before the storm. That's what you're getting. But the cicadas are 17-year cicadas are out. Now, I'm going to tell you something.
They said they hadn't been here in I seen on Facebook, it said they hadn't been here since 13 years.
17 years here. We got a 13-year and a 17-year cicada. Okay, so, you know, last year we were supposed to go and bump together. Well, ours is this year. Someone made a miscalculation because we had 0 last year. This year we got plenty. But the cicadas, y'all may not want to hear this. cicadas in the if you got cicadas loud in your trees, you probably got copperheads in your trees and under your trees around here. Copperheads will go to those trees with full of cicadas, and it's like the dinner bell rang and they're there to eat. And so if your children are out playing after dark or dusk, don't let them into the trees. Don't let them where the cicadas are, because if you have cicadas, you're going to have copperheads.
Yeah.
Specifically copperheads. Other snakes too, but they'll climb up in the trees and lay in wait for them. They'll lay under the trees and wait for them to drop. Cicada year is a good year for the copperheads to boost their offspring. It's a good year for them to have a good, healthy year, because they have limitless food at a good time of the year. So now, don't ask me how they know to show up every 13 years for the dinner, but they figure it out somehow. Nature works in mysterious ways. So just be mindful of your children if you're somewhere where there's cicadas. Let's see.
We always played and done everything and didn't worry. Well, I guess we was afraid of snakes when we was little, but we didn't worry about them.
Jennifer, peonies are a hard plant sometimes. They're easy in that they'll come up and they'll bloom, but you have to have ants to have blooms.
Oh yeah.
So if you sprayed around those pots, a lot of people will bring peonies in pots at their house and they'll spray for ants, or they have a regular monthly sprayer, and you're not going to have any peonies without ants. You're not going to have blooms. Our only peony bush is
way out in the yard.
Way out in the yard where it's been since my granny planted it. I would love to move it because it's kind of been swallowed up by the maple tree and been just a different territory, because usually that tree wasn't there and it had more sunlight.
It used to be by the mailbox.
Yeah, and there was this tree down there, but it wasn't like that maple. That maple's huge. But you have to have ants to have blooms on your peonies. So if you sprayed around your pots, or you got them sitting where spraying is going on, whether you or your
if you have
monthly.
your yearly, well, we have a yearly.
We have a yearly
Yes.
termite, but we have, they come other time. Anyway, if you probably, you may not have no blooms. So the ants have to
Bust
get
the
'em-
blooms open, the
have to get them
pots
to grow.
open.
But you can raise them in pots, but you have to have a big enough pot. A good rule of thumb on plants, trees, bushes, or anything else is normally there's as much under the ground as there is on top of the ground. Now, some bushes and plants don't follow that rule, but if you've got a big old peony, you need a pot at least as big as, so it won't be root bound. Any kind of plant, kind of that rule will work. Whatever's up, provide that much room below.
Is that not me?
Hey, from Mississippi. Hey,
Hello.
Hey, Margie. I guess it's hot weather now. I guess it is, sure. That's what somebody was saying the other day. I guess we're in summer. Mount Juliet, Tennessee, weather alert for sure this evening. Yep. Babs, I know right where Mount Juliet is. Used to travel through there every week. Love Mount Juliet. It used to be my favorite place to stop. I lived in Nashville, but I would go to Mount Juliet to shop and do my business. Hello, John and Mama. Hope you have had a blessed day. Deb, I have had a wonderful day. Cornbread and fried taters.
Ooh,
Here in Kentucky.
I'm going there.
Jeannie,
I'm wanting some fried
Jeannie, how
taters.
far are you from us? You could be. We live right here on the line. Cornbread and taters. I could go through a storm for that, I believe.
I'm wanting some fried taters.
Listen to her. She acts like that. I pick her up at the shelter and bring her up here into the video. I've been wanting some, but nobody won't fix them.
This was good tonight, but I've been wanting some fried taters.
So you want me to
And
fix you
lettuce
something
and
tomorrow?
onions is what I've been
Oh
wanting.
yeah, I believe we're gonna get in on that trend this
Yeah,
year.
I'm gonna get some lettuce.
So when do you want me to fix you some fried taters?
Oh, I don't know.
I ask her every day of the world, what do you want to eat, Mama? Oh, I don't care. I don't want
Well,
that.
I don't think of fried taters all the time, but when she
But when she gets in front of y'all,
when
she
she
brings it
mentioned
up.
them, I have been wanting some.
I've been wanting some for the longest. That's what kids will do, yeah. You take them to church or somewhere and they start saying, we didn't have supper. We didn't get, you know, you poor babies, your mom and dad didn't feed you. The UK, England, hello, Debbie, how are you?
Hello.
John and Mama, what's your weather like, Debbie? If y'all are kind of moderate, but is it summertime? I find it harder and harder to hear you. Bernice, really?
Excuse me.
Is anybody else having trouble, first of all? You're hearing other lives fine, but you just can't hear ours, Bernice? Possible to use a microphone or put your phone closer. Well, Bernice, I'm going to tell you, it's deceiving to you all. Because, let's see. I'll use this to show you. You see how long that is, Bernice? I'm touching the microphone with it right here. It's right here. So it's about that far from where we're talking. And the phone is just right out in front of me. Not even an arm's length. My arm is longer than you all are away. And we do have a big microphone. We don't have the lapel mics. But some of those sound funny. With our internet, when we use them, it makes us sound like we're in a barrel. I'm going to unclip this. It might be noisy. Sometimes I think y'all think I'm joking. But really, gosh, that's
You could put that on your lapel. No, you
Yeah.
won't.
We use a big old microphone. And it picks up great. It really does. But that's our microphone.
Woo!
If you want me to put on my lapel, it's pretty big. So we try really to accommodate y'all with that. We want you to be able to hear us. I don't want you to be having to strain to hear us. But then I hear other people and they say, well, we hear you just fine. So I really don't know if there's anything I can do. I will tell you what I've researched and what I found out. We use an iPhone. And it said if people are having trouble, sometimes they're on an Android or another brand of phone, and there is not always a good fit. So that's the only way I've been able to make sense out of the fact that some of y'all hear me just fine, and some of us say, we can't hear you. Now, Mama does mumble. I can't hear 3 things that she says.
You're picking on me. Quick.
And here's how Mama mumbles. Mama, would you like some fried taters? Oh.
Uh-oh. No, we're back.
Mama said I was making fun of her, made the internet go off. Mama will mumble and she gets lower. But she is talking up.
I'm
And
trying.
sometimes, y'all don't see me all the time. I can give her directions under this phone. And she'll be talking and I'll point to the microphone like that. And that lets her know to speak up. So if you ever see her and you think, boy, something happened to her, and she's like, means I pointed to it when y'all watch it.
When you get old,
I'm old.
somebody gets on you.
I'm old already, Mama. I tell her all the time, I hope I can be as young as you are someday.
Yeah, you need to be young as me.
Bernice, I hope some of that information helped you, and if you know of anything we can do, I will gladly try it. Is anybody else having any trouble? Our weatherman just said we're getting storms about 4 minutes more in Alabama.
Ooh.
We've had interruption after interruptions on our phones and
But
alerts.
it's for Kentucky, though. We're so close to
We're so close to Kentucky. Do you have the piece that got broken was in the can opener? you can describe it. Angela, Mama, do you know where that can opener is? Is it over in that drawer?
I don't know if I took it.
I have looked, and it don't have a name on it, and I have looked and looked and looked to see if there's a replacement or even what product it's from. They used to keep it in this drawer over here because Mama's been upset over it for years.
I can't, it's not in here.
Did you bury it?
I took it out, put it in the garage, I guess.
It's probably out in the garage in one of those kitchen cabinets.
Because it's not in here no more.
We cleaned that out one day and decided probably to let it go. I don't think we threw it away though. And it can still be used. And I told Mama, so you can use it kind of like this.
I couldn't.
She said, no. She was okay with it. She knew that little girl didn't mean to.
Oh, she didn't mean to.
She blamed me for bringing it. So who got the blame? But that little girl. Is it in that drawer over there, Mama? Angela, I'll look it up and see if I can find it. If somebody can tell me where to go get one, I'll buy her another one.
You want some more tea? I poured me some more.
I'm all right, Mama. I'll get tea and coffee.
Oh, you double dipping. You got coffee and tea. I just have tea. No wonder I run out first.
I love hot coffee and I love cold tea. I like hot tea too, though. Angela, I'll see if I can find it. I've never seen a picture of one even, so I could kind of see where it was from.
Well, it was, I think your granny had, it's old, I think. It ain't antique-ish.
Karen Melton's having a stint done, Mama. Did they put you to sleep?
No, I didn't go to sleep. I know. I think I drifted off once though.
They put you in sedated twilight.
You can feel it. I mean.
And they ask you questions and stuff during it.
Yeah, and you know, but it don't hurt and stuff. You're all right.
You can feel a little motion in there, she said. And I talked to other people, but you're kind of just like, oh, go ahead and stick that worm arm. I don't care, Twilight. But it just calms you down and gets you ready to. There's total sunshine out there right now.
Ooh.
But it won't last long. It's probably coming through the clouds. But it just got so bright. They put you in a twilight because he came out and talked to us and told me that, she's fine, she's awake, she's doing good. So they never did really put her under, Karen. We'll be praying for you, Karen.
Yes, we will.
I enjoy watching you all from my home here in Kentucky. We are supposed to get bad storms in a little bit.
Yeah.
Stay safe. And my shirt's hard to read. Marita, you say safe, girl.
Yeah, stay safe.
It's coming through Kentucky pretty bad. I think y'all are going to get more of it than we are. So
they done
get
had
your
warnings
safe space.
earlier today too in certain counties.
Don't hesitate getting in your safe place. Friday night is pick up supper night here. I picked up covers. Gina, that's great. That's the reason we call it Friday night party night, because tonight was a little bit more cooked. But a lot of times on Friday night, we'll have hamburgers or we'll have something you would call pizza, something snack food, party food, or sometimes we'll just make dip and have dips and chips or have fajitas or something. So we try to keep it low key on Friday night. Most of the time it's a paper plate night.
Yeah, that's the fun time, getting to pick it up and stuff.
We do pick up too, sometime. Okay, looks delicious, Jackie. It was delicious. Hello to Mama from Illinois. Hey, Mama, why wouldn't the cat climb the tree?
Why wouldn't the cat climb the tree?
Dawn Pruitt.
Why didn't the cat?
Lord, I ain't never heard that one.
I don't know. He's afraid he couldn't get down, I guess.
Think about it, Mama.
Why wouldn't the cat climb the tree?
What's on the tree?
Branches, leaves,
Not that low.
roots.
Higher.
Leaves are on the tree.
Lower.
Bark. Afraid of the bark.
There you go. Dawn, we had to pull that one. she did get it. I've never heard that. I've heard all kinds of jokes.
I've never heard of it before.
Why wouldn't the cat climb the tree? Because it's afraid of the bark.
That's a real
I
good
like
one.
that
I'll
one,
have
Dawn.
to try to remember.
I wish I would remember it, but I won't.
I won't.
I'll be like next week going, there was a joke that was so funny the other night, and we were talking about her.
Oh, afraid of the bark. Oh.
There was a joke. I was listening to a radio program, and they have a corny something other. I really listen, as you can tell. And it's for kids to joke it. You know, they're all clean, good jokes. There was one real funny one where I thought, I'm going to remember that one.
But you ain't yet.
I lied to myself. Thank you, Star. You're so sweet. Hello, John. Star, you're in Virginia. You may see some of the Kentucky storms.
Ooh.
We have hollers in Pennsylvania. Do you, Donna? Do y'all call them hollers? That's what we call them. Everybody knows hollers.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a form of, what do they call it?
Tennessee and Kentucky is famous for their hollers.
Yeah. And if you live in a holler, what you're saying is, I live in this community. Like Hoot Owl Holler. You know, everybody knows Hoot Owl Hollers are in the same holler, and they're all one big happy community. So it's almost like it's an exclusive club if you live in that holler. And we'll say sometimes he's a couple hollers over. Meaning he's still family, just a couple hollers over. I love it, Donna. Pennsylvania has hollers.
Well, what about that? We've been to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I've been 2 or 3 times.
I've been a couple. Pikeville, Kentucky. Sheila,
Oh.
we know right where you are.
Yeah.
Our family's from up in there. My granny's family. Hey,
Pineville.
Mom.
Oh, Pineville's where they're from.
Pineville, okay.
They're-
Hey, Mama, what do bees have? Oh, wait. I think I messed it up. Hey, Mama, why do bees have sticky hair?
Sticky hair.
Lori?
Oh, honeycomb. They comb with a honeycomb. Honeycomb.
I heard that. I don't think I've ever heard that one here. She got it. She's smart.
Honeycomb.
You got it, Mama. I live in a holler here in West Virginia. Oh, Joanne, I know. West Virginia's got hollers.
Yeah.
You know, really, where we live, East Tennessee, Virginia, Kentucky, we all live in about the same state. You know, we're right there together. We consider all that kind of centralized homeland. North Carolina is the same way. It's just, I mean, if you took Tennessee and North Carolina, we just one big happy family with a line between us. But
I
yeah,
love Virginia, West Virginia.
when we meet people from Virginia, West Virginia, it's just like you home folks. You know, we get along real well, as well as Kentucky. Now in sports, Kentucky and Tennessee have great rivalry
I root for Kentucky, except
when they play Tennessee.
when they play Tennessee, and then I'll have to be loyal to my side of the border.
But besides that, we family. We all one big happy family. We live in Kentucky. I mean, literally, the backside of our park, which is 2 miles from here, is Kentucky. So we're about 2 miles from Kentucky. You can go up this way and hit Kentucky. You can go this way. When we go to the Save-A-Lot, which is 3 miles from our house, we are over in Kentucky.
We're in Kentucky.
So to say, you know, Kentucky's always been part of our hometown.
I'm Tennessee born, and actually, you was born in Kentucky.
I was born in Kentucky. Wanda says they give you drowsy meds to do the stint.
Yeah, you don't.
Karen.
You don't. It's nothing. I don't mind going through that.
Praying for all the sick and to be healed. Amen, Angela Britt.
That's right.
God is in the business of miracles. I agree. That couldn't have been said better, Angela Britt.
That was wonderful.
He is in that business. John's talking low tonight. Jeannie, I'm really not at all. I'm not talking low, Mama.
You are now.
I don't know. I think it could be our internet. It could be a lot of things. And I would tell you we'd try them lapel mics. I've had 3 different sets, and
None of them work.
none of them work, and we sound a little digital or something on.
And I'm awful with it.
And Mama has it on over there beating and a banging and a librarian.
You have to wear one. I wouldn't wear one.
But you're the one that really needs it. Sorry, Jenny. It could be a setting on your phone, or it could be if you have an Android. This isn't me too. I have mountains all around me. I live in a small town. Heather, ain't that the best?
I love our mountains.
Love our small town. I love. A lot of people say, "Wouldn't you like to move to a big city or something?" I have moved to a big city, and it wasn't my choice when I moved. It was work related, and I've lived in the big cities, and I've lived in the small ones, and it still ain't nothing like hometown. Now, I guess I gripe a little bit about us not having this and that, and you can't call it Uber here, and you don't have the Dash here. I don't think. Does anybody know if we have a DoorDash? I don't know what a DoorDash is. Is a DoorDash like a Uber?
DoorDash brings you food.
I know, but can anybody be a DoorDash? Like, is it just somebody can sign up and do it?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I love our mountains. I just like sitting out right now and I sat out the other day and look at all the pretty different shades of greens in the mountains.
I love to
They're
just
beautiful.
walk out and look around and just enjoy it. I think anywhere you live is your home, and that's special to you. Oceans are beautiful, mountains are beautiful, they're all beautiful. If you just take in whatever you got. City skylines are beautiful. New York City's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
California. Love California. It's a beautiful place. Love Texas. It's hot, though. Y'all hot down there. San Diego is one of the most perfect climates I've ever been in.
Moved to San Diego.
It was there 3 days. It was 72 degrees on 3 days. It's beautiful. I've not been up northern Washington or anything, Washington State. Mama has.
No, I ain't been to Oregon.
Love to go to Alaska. I got a friend here that
Montana.
lives in Jellicoe who lives in Alaska. He went up there for work, and he told me for stuff about it's beautiful. And then Aurora
COVID
Borealis.
knocked me out of going to Alaska. They canceled our trip.
Oh,
Remember?
that's right. I thought you'd win, but then I
No,
thought, I don't remember. I don't have a coffee cup from there if you went.
No.
Mama never worries about what to bring me. She brings me a coffee cup every time.
I was thinking today, I bet you've got 200 coffee cups. No, I felt that.
Mama gets mad, and I'm telling you, I love our dollar store and every once in a while Walmart, but our dollar store is bad for this. I don't know who she is. I couldn't point a finger if I had to.
I've got my arm to be.
But one of them girls down there, she's going to get me in trouble. I'll be in there shopping, minding my own business, and I'll get up to that cash register. When I get home...
You their note you're all coming to feel.
When I get home, she has stuck a coffee cup in my bag. Now, I always love it.
You'd pick it out if you was doing it, wouldn't you?
And if I'd have been going to buy one, I probably would have picked that one out. She just knows me that good. But I come home and Mama said, "You did not buy another coffee." I said, "Mama, that girl down there has stuck that in my bag. We'll take it back down there too." Thank you, whoever you are.
I think I'll take the next one back and tell her, here, he can't have this.
Now, for me to have so many, she sent me this one, and I absolutely love it. It wouldn't take nothing for it.
I know what you've drunk out of it ever since you had it.
I needed this one. I don't care how many more I got. I needed that one.
He'll say, I'll switch now. But he'll drink out of that for a while. Then if he gets a new one, he'll drink out of it.
Now, I don't consider myself nasty. I don't. But I may take this cup to bed with me tonight with a little sip of coffee in it, in case I just have to have a little sip through the night, you know. You wake up, you coffee drinkers, you wake up, you want a little sip of coffee. I don't care if it's cold. It's good. But I'll try to get right back in here in the morning. I'll take it over that sink and I'll rinse it out with some hot water. I'll fill it right back
A
up.
lot of times I get you a clean cup before you bring it up.
She will sometimes. But I'll fill it right back up. Drink right. Do y'all do that? I knew a guy who didn't want his coffee cup washed.
Ooh, why
Now he
not?
just drank black coffee.
Why not?
He just says it was like an iron skillet, and that was seasoned.
Oh,
Now I don't want those seasoned. See, mine ain't seasoned. It ain't. His was as black as coffee, and if it was empty. But he said that was seasoned. But I don't. But I'll use this one maybe 2 or 3 days. With a rinsing out or two. Is that nasty?
that's why they made dish liquid in water.
That's it with dish liquid
No.
and water.
Well, that's washing it out. Not
I take
washing
that Dawn Power.
it. Well, you're washing it.
Giving it, and I put that hot water, I rinse it out, and I fill it right back up.
Well, you're washing it. I know you wouldn't just rinse one out. I've scratched a spot on my arm.
Well, you look like you say you're bleeding like a stuck hole. Well, I don't see a thing on this table, really.
I've got a napkin I put on it. I've got it on my shirt.
Let me go and stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
So let's go and we'll stop the bleeding.
Oh, it's all right.
I'll put a tourniquet on you, Mama.
It's stopping. Blood
Let me
thinners.
see your eye. She's got a black eye.
Is it black today? I ain't checked it.
It's still a little, it's not as bad as it was yesterday.
I can't see it.
I don't know. I think it might be spreading a little. Look at that. Can you see her black eye?
No, they
They can see it, Mama.
They can't see that.
I asked her, I said, she pulled her glasses off like that. And I said, how come your eye's black? Now look where the black eye is.
Right under my eye. I bumped them the day before yesterday. Had them
No.
crisscross.
I said, have you bumped your glasses? No. I said, Mama, it's exactly where that nose piece is. Now, sometimes, Mama, I'll turn and bump mine, or I'll be shutting the door or something, and I'll get my glasses caught up. And there ain't no shame in your game. Are you sure? You ain't? No, I ain't. I said, well, then what's wrong with your eye? Maybe we need to go to the doctor alone and check that booger. She filled around there a minute. She goes, you know, I do remember knocking my glasses kind of off my face and thinking, well, Lord, I better knock my glasses off. Where was I at when I done that? I said, I don't know.
I can't remember where I was at.
And I said, are you sure you bumped them or you just don't go checking it? No, I did bump it. I don't remember. Maybe I had a box. I said, no, a box will do it. You know, you people with glasses, you'll be carrying a box and that box will shift and it'll hit you right there every time. I said, it looks to me like I've had them bruises where it hits pretty hard on your nose.
I about knocked them plumb off. I can't remember what I said.
See what I'm saying? I about knocked them plumb off. I do remember that, but I don't remember where it was.
It was this side. They're setting good. I ain't messed them up.
But yeah, so that was yesterday's topic of discussion. How did you get a black eye, Mama?
Now, how'd I get a bloody elbow?
Folks, we're going to go. We stayed on here too long on
I
Friday.
reckon we have.
Friday night, party night, but you know when Mama gets to chat and you can't get her to hush, we just try to do the best we can. Y'all have a blessed night. Make some memories. You still got time. If you ain't in the storm zone, you probably got another hour or two to stay outside with the youngins and see what's going on. I hope them youngins are having fun camping.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they're enjoying their yourself. But anyway, y'all have a good evening. Have a great weekend. It's going to go fast. It'll be Monday.
This week's went really fast.
This whole year, Mama. I was just.
I know it.
It's
but this
June.
week is
It's
just-
June coming up in just a few weeks.
Mhm.
It's hard to believe. Hard to believe. And you know, my theory on 4th of July is when the smoke clears from the fireworks, just go and put your tree up because Christmas is here. We go through the pumpkins, we go through, and it's quick. It's quick. Thanksgiving, you'll be in turkey in a few minutes. Trees will go flying up. Christmas will be here. New Year's. It's just gone.
I read this thing said, I know if we live, we'd get old, but I just didn't know it was going to happen this fast. And I think, boy, that's the way I feel. I sure didn't know it was going to happen this fast. And my mama used to say, where has the time gone to?
I never will forget a conversation I overheard Mom and one of her sisters one day. And
Don't tell it if it's bad.
you know, I don't remember who said what, but I remember one of them said, do you know, oh, I think it might be you and your cousin, Molly.
Yeah.
Do you know, we're the old ones now.
That was me telling her, because I'm a year older.
We're the old ones. When they talk about the old ones, they're talking about us.
I'm was a year older than her, and she said, no, we're not. And I said, yeah, think back, we are. She thought, oh, we are the old ones.
We're the old ones now.
She's like my sister. Loved her so good.
Yeah. All right, Mama. Just right in the middle of saying goodbye and somebody interrupted you. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama. God bless you. So have a wonderful night.
Y'all
And a
have,
safe night.
y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe in the storms and get in those safe places.